A former traffic officer who allegedly claims he is the reincarnation of Jesus Christ has been arrested after being accused of using physical and psychological violence against a number of followers. Sect leader Sergei Torop, known as Vissarion, is suspected of using his so-called followers to make a profit. While claiming to be a modern-day messiah and leader of the Church of the Last Testament, Torop, often seen dressed in white robes, has also written a 10-volume sequel to the Bible. Two other leaders of his Church of the Last Testament, Vadim Redkin and Vladimir Vedernikov, were also held in detention. Judge Alla Veselykh at a court in Novosibirsk, Siberia's largest city, said Torop will be placed in custody for 2 months, until November 22. The trio are accused of using psychological violence, causing some followers serious harm to their health. The group's leaders are accused of using their followers' money to make profit. They face up to 12 years in jail if convicted. The whiskey-haired Jesus, aged 59, was held on Tuesday in a military-style raid on his Sun City religious headquarters in a Siberian village 2,600 miles east of Moscow. A picture emerged today showing a suicide note and a hangman's rope seen as part of the evidence alleging his followers were harmed. Torop today rejected the accusations against him, which were itemized by the Russian Investigative Committee. He questioned the words of the alleged victims, claiming he had never seen some of them. "I have never seen one of them, and I saw another one 15 years ago. In the past 3 years, 3 of these people have been constantly creating some difficulties and lodging their complaints," he said. Redkin called for human rights organizations to help the sect. He claimed the complainers had mental disorders and should not be believed by law enforcement. "I live in the taiga, on the land," he said. "There I have a wife and 3 small children, underaged children. It will now be very, very hard for them." The operation to detain Torop involved 4 helicopters and dozens of heavily armed officers from the Russian National Guard, a force under the command of Vladimir Putin, the FSB Security Service and the Investigative Committee. Videos released by Sect members showed masked Special Forces Spetsnaz officers with combat machine guns at the group's territory in remote Kuraginsky district of Krasnoyarsk region in Siberia. Other officers were in plain clothes. The group, who are banned from smoking and alcohol, has been in Siberia for years, and it is unclear why the Russian authorities acted now in an early morning raid. He claims to have 5,000 followers, of whom several hundred live in wooden huts in the remote Sun City camp at Petropavlovka, some 2,600 miles east of Moscow. One estimate said there were 90 families at the site raided today by the authorities. Other followers of the Messiah live in villages nearby. He heads what is known as the Church of the Last Testament, and he has written a 10-volume sequel to the Bible. 3 years ago, the cult leader told the BBC, "We have a school of noble maidens here. We're preparing girls to become future wives, future brides for worthy men. She has to understand not to rise above the man, not to be proud of her independence, but to be shy, inconspicuous and weak." Close quote. He is reported to have 2 wives with 6 children. He rejected his first wife, marrying a 19-year-old who had lived with him since the age of 7. He lives in a comfortable chalet, while his followers reside in wooden huts in one of Russia's coldest regions with temperatures sinking to -50°C in winter. Torop had an awakening after he was fired as a night shift traffic cop in the Siberian town of Minyasinsk. He has claimed God had sent him to Earth to teach mankind about the evils of war and the havoc we were wreaking on the environment, he claims. The cult leader abolished Christmas, replacing it with the anniversary of the date of his own first sermon, August 18. He claims that Mary, mother of Jesus, is his own mother. Official records show his biological mother was called Nadezhda. He has followers in Germany and several other European countries.